everybody forgets the Grinch turns things around in the end. He's a good guy. Well, the holidays are also a time to reflect and count our blessings, like this. A man with a passion for fitness, the picture of health, finds himself on the other side of things. His self-proclaimed pride due to his active lifestyle and clean diet had him thinking he'd never end up hospitalized until he was. I had the chance to sit down with this Mobile man who had a stroke in March and made a full recovery thanks to the care he received at USA Health. Looking at Cam Marston, you'd probably never know that just 8 months ago he had a near-death experience. He was doing this in this very gym.
As I was on the treadmill that day, I heard something weird, and it was in my head. It was not from external.
Cam stopped briefly, then shook it off.
I kind of regained my composure, jumped back on the treadmill, and at this point, things get kind of fuzzy.
Before he knew it, he was leaning against the wall next to the treadmill.
I looked across the room and I noticed that he was leaning, and I'm like, hey man, we don't come here to lean, we come to work. And he didn't respond.
Within seconds, gym owner Rashiki Leatherwood and others in the gym realized Cam was having a stroke.
I jumped on top of the treadmill and pulled the emergency cord.
I remember looking around the gym going, who are they talking about? It's not me. I'm here 5 days a week. I'm the peak of health. There were people surrounding me. They'd stopped the treadmill. They were holding me up.
Then paramedics arrived.
I remember hearing the sirens, and they immediately began administering what they call the clot-busting drug. And it put me in the ambulance, and we began the quick trip to South Alabama Medical Center.
A team was standing by at University Hospital waiting for Cam's arrival, and they started running tests immediately.
They administered more of the clot-busting drug. They found the stroke in the left hemisphere of my brain. They could see the clot.
Cam went through a state of paralysis, struggling to move his right arm and leg, and experiencing muscle weakness and drooping in his face. After doctors removed the clot, that changed.
Now I'm smiling, and both hemispheres are mirroring one another. And it was nearly magic.
For years, this was Cam's preferred treadmill. But after what happened to him, he won't even go near it.
That is the death treadmill. It should have a skull and crossbones on it.
He has labeled this corner like death in waiting, but he didn't die. We're glad he didn't die because it's been bad for business.
A little humor has helped Cam find peace with what happened to him, but he realizes how fortunate he is to be alive.
And the first piece of good luck was he recognized what was going on, and I didn't fall. People grabbed me before I took a terrible fall. And the talent of the people at that hospital who knew what they were doing. Yes, I've spoken to a number of people who've had strokes, a number of people whose family have had strokes, and I've learned not to joke about it, and I've learned that my outcome is very atypical, and to be grateful for it.
Cam still exercises, but his workouts aren't as intense as they once were, and he's now taking prescription medication regularly. His life will never be the exact same as it was before the stroke, but he says these days, the sky looks a little bluer. He finds more delight in the little things and appreciates simply existing more than he ever has before. In Mobile with photojournalist Josh Harlan, I'm Cherish Lombard with WKRG News 5. Cam's message to you is if you see someone and something suddenly seems off about them, don't be afraid to get involved. He says if the people at the gym on March 22nd hadn't stepped in, he might not be here today to share his story.